boys and girls, today we're going to be learning about two new mathematical words. You might have heard them before, but we're going to think about them today to help us do our sums. The first word that we're going to think about is the word altogether. So while I write it up on the board, I would like you to have a little think. Do you think the word altogether means the same as add or the same as take away? Okay, altogether is another way of saying adding. When you think of the word altogether, the answer gets bigger. The other one I want us to have a wee think about is how many left. Okay, so how many left? Do you think that's another way of saying adding? Or is it another way of saying taking away? Great. If you said take away, you're absolutely right. When you see those words, how many left, in a mathematical sentence, it usually means that the answer is going to get smaller. So it wants you to take a number away from another number. So I want you to think about those two words in your head. Okay? First one we're going to look at together is the word altogether. And at the moment, you probably already noticed Flopsy's here. Flopsy has some stars on his plate and I have some stars on my plate. And what we're going to do is we're going to write a math sum and we're going to add them all together. So first of all, we need to find out how many Flopsy has. I wonder, can you count? How many stars does he have? Okay, have you got that number? And could you tell me how many stars are on my plate? Okay, so we know that Flopsy has how many? Well done. 4. And I have 3. So we need to find out the answer. We want to know how many stars there are altogether. So what sort of sign do you think I would be using in the middle here? Can you maybe make it at home? Great, we need to put the adding sign in there and we need to figure out how many there are altogether. So there's two ways to do this. You might want to do 4 add 3 in your head. That's absolutely fine. Or you might want to have a little look at the stars in front of you and add them all together by counting them. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So have you got the answer 7 at home? Well done, give yourself a thumbs up. That is absolutely right. Okay, well done. The next one, I can see Flopsy has some lovely biscuits. They're chocolate biscuits no less, and I've got some biscuits. So first of all, I want you to find out how many there are in each plate, and then we're going to find out how many there are all together. Okay, so I'll give you a little closer look. Okay, it's maybe a little bit harder to see this one. So have you counted how many Twixes there are? Okay. And how many do I have? I'm not so happy, I've got less. Okay, so to find out what there are all together, we first of all need to see how many Flopsy has. Flopsy has 6 over here. So we're going to write 6 this side. I have 3 here. And what sign am I going to use in the middle here? Is it going to be an add or a take away sign? Great, it's add, because we want to know how many there are altogether, which also means the answer over here is going to get bigger. Okay, so we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you got 9 at home, give yourself another thumbs up. Really well done. Okay, so this time Flopsy and myself, we have little bits of Numicon. So we're going to find out what those 2 bits of Numicon are when we add them together. So we want to find out what the total is. So Flopsy has this number on his plate. Can you see what it is? It is the number 9. Well done. And what do I have? Yeah, that's right. So we can write those up to start making our sum. So we've got 9 for Flopsy and 10 for me. Now, what sign will I need to put in the middle? Because we want to find out how much there is all together. That's right, we're going to put the adding sign in the middle. Super. Now, if you are going to do this in your head, there are different ways that you can do it, of course, but I always say to start with the bigger number first because it makes it a little bit easier to figure it out in your head. Then when you have done it in your head, always make sure to double check it, and you can do that by counting the holes on the Numicon or whatever you're counting. So that's what we're going to do. So let's start with the bigger number first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So well done if you said that 9 add 10 is 19. Okay, boys and girls, so I would like you to pause the video here and I would like you to get your week 1 number pack out. I would like you to turn to the page that says all together and I would like you to figure that out yourself. When you're doing it, make sure that you double check each of the numbers and you count them just to make sure that you've got them right. You might also want to double check your answers and mark them by using your little bits of Numicon. It's up to you, but as long as you double check your work in some shape or fashion. So do this, the all together page, and then come back and we'll look at how many left together. So boys and girls, I hope that you got on okay with that little bit of work. Let's look at how many left. So, got Flopsy again, and Flopsy's going to help us. On my plate, I've got some more stars. Can you count how many there are? Now Flopsy's just been very kind. He's used his really kind word and he's used the word please. Flopsy has just asked, could he have 2 of my stars? And because he asked so nicely, I'm going to give him 2 of my stars. So I had 5 here, didn't I? I had 5 to begin with. But Flopsy would like some, wouldn't he? Flopsy's gonna have 2 of my stars. There's 1. There you go, Flopsy. There's 2. So 5. Started off with 5 and Flopsy has just taken away 2. So how many stars have I got left? So yeah, we're going to have to use the takeaway sign. That's right, because we're doing how many left. Will we check? So Flopsy's got 2 in his mouth. And I've got how many left? Well done if you said 3. So again, boys and girls, you might have wanted to work that out in your head instead of having to count it. That's absolutely fine. But remember to go back and double check that you've got it right by counting whatever's on your page. Thank you, Flopsy. Can I have him back now? Thank you. Look at this. All for me. Look at all the biscuits I have, boys and girls. Can you see how many I've got? Was that again you said, Flopsy? Oh, that's better. You used the word please. Do you know, I probably should have offered you some in the first place, shouldn't I? Yeah. Flopsy has said that he would like some of my biscuits. So how many would you like? He just wants 1 today. That's no problem. So Flopsy, first of all we need to figure out how many we have to start with. Do you think the boys and girls were able to figure that out? I think so too. So boys and girls, shout it out really, really loud at the screen. How many biscuits did I have on my plate? That's right, if you said 6. Really, really well done. Now Flopsy, I think you can have your biscuit now. Would you like to go and get it? Yeah? Okay, so Flopsy, oh my goodness. It's a hard one to get his teeth into, isn't it? But he's got it. Fabulous. So I started off with 6, but then Flopsy came along and took away 1. So I'm going to put the number that Flopsy has in his mouth. And we've got the takeaway sign because we're thinking about how many left. the number or the answer is going to get smaller. So how many do you think I'm left with on my plate? 6, take away 1. What's the number before 6? Okay, well, let's see if you're right. I'm going to double check by counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done if you said the answer is 5 at home. And Flopsy would like to give you a high five because the answer was 5. Well done, boys and girls. So this time, turn to the page in your work pack that is labelled how many left.
So it might look like this, it might look like this, or it might even look like this. Boys and girls, all the best with your work, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Bye.